Erin from Morehouse Farm here with today's knitting tip, which is how to wind your skein into a ball. And when you get your Morehouse Farm Merino yarn, it'll be in a skein, which is this form. If you gently untwist the skein, you'll see it's just a giant circle. And the first thing you need to do is either trim or pull apart the knots. You can use a pair of scissors and just cut the knot right off. This one is going to be twofold. It's got the yarn wrapped around it that helps hold the skein together, and this will be the end that you need to wind from. Some of the skeins may have a second piece on the end. If you cut this one off, you'll find that it's just a short length which holds the yarn together in the skein form so it doesn't become raveled or tangled when it's in transit. Once you've clipped those, put the skein over the back of a chair or even around the arms of a friend, and now you're ready to start winding. Now we're ready to start winding. So grab an end and it should come off of the skein easily. If it doesn't, try the other end because there is one direction that's easier than the others. Now the first rule of winding a skein into a ball is to make sure that it's not tight. So if the ball is firm and round and looks like something a cat would like to play with, it's definitely too tight. And the reason we don't want it tight is that it tugs and pulls the yarn like this unnaturally for the entire time it's going to be in the ball, which is until we knit it. So start winding by winding around your fingers. And when you've got 10 or 15 wraps, you will need to keep on winding from around the chair here, go ahead and turn it in your hand and wind in another direction. I know it looks squishy and lumpy, and that's what it's supposed to for right now. As you add more and more wraps and turn your hand, continuing to wind around your fingers, it will start to take on the shape of a ball. I promise. So this is what you do, and continue on until you've wound the entire skein. And if a couple of extra wraps come off while you're winding from the skein, just take care that they don't get tangled. It's a lot easier to deal with them as you wrap them rather than having to wait until later on. Voila! Now, if you're feeling really adventurous, I've got another tip for you. And this is to make a center pull ball, which is the kind that won't roll around when you're knitting with it. So as you start to wind, you're going to wind around your fingers, just like you were with a regular ball, but you're not going to change direction. In fact, you're going to keep winding around these fingers, and notice that I'm starting to make an angle with them. Keep on going with the yarn in this crosswise pattern until you've got the entire ball wound. And then when you put the ball down and you pull out your fingers, you'll be able to pull out from the center and knit with it from there. Happy knitting from Morehouse Farm.